Hey everybody, happy Monday. Iron Leprechaun coming at you. Talking about the theme of the month. It's the first step. It's kind of loosely related to it, but there's so much to cover in the first step. I don't know where the line between related and loosely related lands, but um, if you don't know what the Serenity Prayer is, it is a lot of people know it, especially in 12-step recovery groups, and it's used rather frequently. And it's God of your understanding. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now, I want to focus on obviously the first part of that. It can be broken up into three, but the first part is definitely a it's definitely a it lands with what we're talking about. So, accepting the things I cannot change. Now, here's the thing. Yesterday in a meeting that we were talking about using the Serenity Prayer to discern when and when not to um, to take act. And it basically comes down to, are these actions going to benefit others and possibly myself? So here's the thing. While that is actually loosely related to what I'm talking about, it's important to keep in mind, because that is the pinnacle. That is the springboard from which we want to make decisions, especially around people we care about. Is this thing I'm going to say? Is this thing I'm going to do? Is this thing going to help somebody? Or at the very least, is it going to make matters better? If, say, you're in a dispute, it's so hard to bite my tongue in the moment, especially because emotions are there. We have emotions. We cannot be rid of them, as much as many people try. We cannot be rid of them. So when we become emotionally charged, we end up a lot of people raise their voice, they start speaking frequently, they start waving their hands, but they end up saying things or maybe even doing things that they wish they hadn't. And that is something I struggle with rather routinely. I've gotten a lot better at it, but it still happens. And man, as soon as I notice it, I feel horrible. And then apologies and amends are necessary most of the time. But taking a back seat and stopping and accepting that, okay, maybe I don't have to say this. Maybe it's not going to help anything. And the flip side of that, which is also related, is acceptance can be. I've talked about this before. Now, acceptance is a good thing. There are things we can't control. We're talking about powerlessness and our life being unmanageable this month. But you know what? There comes a point where, and this is where I struggle with the statement, the whole Jesus take the wheel statement. I struggle with it. I do. Because what I envision is me stepping back and a pair of hands taking over. Now, I understand the pair of hands is supposed to be the Lord's hands. Okay, I get it. And I'm cool with that. But God only takes us so far. Okay? He opens the door, so to speak. We got to walk through the door. And so that leads to acceptance possibly being a cop-out to laziness. I heard this from an old-timer years ago. Acceptance can be a cop-out to laziness. And what that means is I can step back and just accept that, oh, well, this isn't going to work. Oh, well, this my life sucks. Or this is just the job I'm stuck with. This is the marriage I'm stuck in, or I'll never have that marriage, or I'll never have that money or that house, or it just is what it is. Okay. There are certain points in time where that is applicable, but that doesn't mean we just sit back and coast down the river and just, let the boat take us where the current will. I mean, we do have a say in our lives. The problem is when we get to this step one and we're trying to go through our bettering ourselves through a 12-step process, no matter what your issue is, we eventually gain a better understanding of when to apply the accept it and leave it, or accept it and what can I do alternatively to still move forward in a positive direction to help people around me and myself. So something to think about. That's all I got for today. Hope the start to your week is good. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon. See you guys around.